when we first talked, we delve into something that is very, very important for us as Africans, okay, and the rest of the world, okay. We talked about the problem of leadership, okay. So tell my audience your view of of African leadership. What are we doing, and how do you see it panning out?
All right. Okay. So on the lips of most Africans, we ask them, what's the three major problems Africa has? You hear corruption, bad leadership. From the three, these two are always there, right? So you now ask yourself, now what's the problem with leadership? What's the problem we have with leadership? I think it's what Dr. Miles Monroe explains as the absence of servant leadership. The understanding that when you're privileged to lead a set of people, you're actually called to a life of service. You serve yourself to the people, to the system, to the process that you have been called to. Personally, I define a leader as a person who knows the way and has gained the right skills and abilities to lead others through that way. So most times, directing people through a particular path, helping people grow and build through a particular path, channeling people towards a particular path is not the problem. It's actually, the major problem is actually whether or not you know the path well enough. Do you even know this path that you're about to lead people through as a leader? Do you know this path? And knowing the path involves understanding of the possible challenges, the opportunities, ways to optimize for the challenges, maximize the opportunities, and all of these things are involved in it. But we see that lacking most times in Africa, all right, in African leadership, because I agree that no man is an island of knowledge. That's why one of the major parts of leadership is communication. Your ability to learn is a primary ingredient of a good leader. Your ability to communicate, your ability to network, your ability to learn, a basic problem. Now, we can easily shoot to the top and say, okay, we have bad leaders. Then, now, how did they become leaders? How did the bad leaders become the leaders?
Yeah.
Most parts of Africa run a democratic form of government. So that means
that's contestable.
In principle.
Okay, in principle. Okay.
Yes, in principle, right? So the contest with it is also a product of bad leadership.
Yeah.
Right? We negotiate whether or not we are truly a democratic society is due to poor leadership, bad leadership. Yeah. And the experts in governance, those who have studied government would also tell you that there are non-democratic systems of government who are doing way better than democratic organizations, and they can argue their points, right? So, but that's not what we're talking about today. So, for young people, we need to understand that once you come to the age of accountability, where you make decisions, you need to understand that you're a leader, and you need to understand that you have to take steps as a leader. You need to research, read, understand what it means to be a leader and how well you can lead. And that's one of the reasons why we hold on to leadership very much at Ideas World Billions. We try to let every young person know that you are a leader. You might not be a leader in your campus, you might not be a leader in your class, but you are a leader in your environment. You're a leader in your room. You are meant to be able to guide and guard the affairs of your life as a person. You hear people say, don't let people choose you as a friend. You choose your friends. If you happen to decide to be friends with someone, let it be a sense of your choice. You decided that I'm going to be friends with this person. That's an aspect of leadership. And that's one of the things I teach most times, personal leadership. Understand yourself. Who am I truly? You find most graduates, people who are in their 30s, people who are in their late 20s. If you tell them to define themselves, they can't define themselves. They don't understand whom they are. I tell people in my school of personal leadership that 3 questions you must answer. And I also got this from Dr. Miles is, who am I? Why am I here? And where am I going to from here? These questions are questions of purpose, and purpose is directly related to leadership. So when people begin to understand whom they are, what their responsibilities are, where they are, and what the next stage of life or phase of life is for them after the one that they're currently experiencing, it begins to give them a sense of responsibility for them to lead their lives, for them to guide their lives. Now, when each and every one of us has taken our places, when opportunities of leadership positions avail themselves, you are a better fit to enter into those shoes and perform better. Why? Because as an individual, you understand what it means to be a leader. And when you are going into an office, now this is an office, that's not the leadership. The leadership is you, yourself, and all of the skill sets and attributes that you've garnered through your life's experiences. Now the opportunities avail themselves. Now, little wonder you imagine when a position comes up, you look for a leader to fill that leadership position. That should tell us something.
Yeah.
You are not looking for someone who will become a leader. The leadership position is looking for a leader. To
Correct.
fill the position. Now, when there are no leaders available, anybody fills that position. And the fact that you are filling a position doesn't make you a leader. It just means that you are occupying the seat of a leader. Now, when the process doesn't go the way it's expected to, when the pointers don't indicate productivity and growth and progress, it tells us one thing. The leader in the leadership position is not a leader. So, and that is what in our continent, right?
Yeah.
I understand leadership can be challenging, and that's one of the things people need to learn. Leadership can be challenging. Self-discipline is challenging. You have to go through series of processes to wire yourself to a particular form of, development or growth or attitude. And most people don't, they don't care to do that because most times they don't even feel the need to. All right. I always say this, that any area of your life you've not put in deliberate work to improve will remain that way, and most times affect the other sides of your life.
Very good. Very good.
That's what brings us to letting people know that the leadership problem in the whole of Africa is our problem. Like, what our leaders are doing is our fault. Maybe we didn't challenge them enough. Maybe we didn't create the right environment, because creating an environment is a responsibility of the leader, but also it involves the contribution of the masses. Now, when you see societies where people are speaking or where people are becoming aware of what is expected of them, when people know what the Constitution says, these are your responsibilities as a leader, as a citizen, as a citizen leader. Because as a citizen, you're also a leader. You should understand what your rights are. What does your Constitution say? Is your Constitution right? Should it be amended? Should I write petitions? What is the knowledge I need? These forms of knowledge is not so rampant in Africa.
Wow.
We need to keep, saying it. We need to keep creating the awareness. We need to keep emphasizing that these things are necessary. And with time, you see that a lot of changes are going on.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Some activities that happened in Nigeria, some time ago with the NSAS protests. I don't know if you heard about it.
Yeah, of course.
When people stood up for their rights, and it was a challenging time for us as a nation. We paid dearly for it, but we are at a better position now than we were before that incident. Now, so the second challenge with leadership in Africa is understanding that you are called to dominate systems and processes and not to dominate people. So when you see individuals who don't have a good self-image, they don't have a good sense of self-esteem, who don't have the right empathy to be in leadership positions, get into leadership positions, they begin to lord over the people that they are leading, not remembering that they are meant to be their leader. They are meant to serve these people. You are meant to give your best, dedicate your time, your intelligence, your energy towards the development of these people. So most current individuals occupying leadership positions in Africa dominate people instead of dominating systems, seeking for ways to make systems work for the betterment of the people that they are leading. So yeah, that's our second thing.
Wow. See, like you correctly, rightly said, everyone have the opportunity and are supposed to be leaders in their own spaces. Okay. And when I talk to people and complaining about the people who sit on various leadership seats, I tell them, where did these people come from? Okay, they came from our communities. Okay, they came from one of they're all one of us. Okay, and
True.
that shows that there's something. If every election we elect somebody who is not capable to lead, okay, and next election we elect somebody who is not capable to lead, that tells me something. There's something fundamentally wrong with the communities, our communities where all these people come from. So that's my my take on that matter.